a episode of self-discovery. Um, let's see. How do I say this? I believe I might have autism. I don't know, maybe I'm late in the game of realizing that, but I think I think there's something there to that idea. My stomach hurts right now. I'm talking slow, but yeah, I think I could have autism. My stomach hurts. Okay, I'm gonna power through this. So some of my thought process in possibly thinking that I have autism is one of the things being, I'm not doing this on purpose, I promise, but one of them being my speech is a lot slower than most people I know. And I think it takes me a lot longer to process my thoughts and get them out into ideas out loud, like speaking. I can do a pretty good job when I'm like excited about something and I'm like telling a story, but a lot of the time I'm processing as I speak, and it takes some time. And it's rough when I'm met with someone who just has so many things to say as they are in a conversation with me. So that's one thing. And then another thing is that I have pretty severe depression. And then that's like an undertone of what I do when I'm upset. I kind of blow up. I like get agitated with nagging, and I don't understand why. Some people do that, and then I like get really frustrated and upset about that and want to stop it. Like, I try not to let people just get too involved with what I'm doing. I like my independence, and I isolate sometimes. Calvin, your eyeball does not need to be in the picture. I isolate a lot of the time. I don't have many friends that are in my town. I usually have to travel to go see them, or relatives, or church. And that's another thing, is like social interactions with people, like big groups of people makes me nervous to, like, who do I talk to? What do I do? What do I say? And then sometimes it's like, Calvin. Sometimes it's like I'll be talking and then I'll say something stupid, and then I'll think about that thing for the rest of the day. Calvin, stop. Calvin. Oh my goodness. And then I have specific interests that are hobbies of mine that I sometimes put on the back burner, and or I'll place something somewhere, which this involves like my hobbies. Like with my house right now, I placed a whole bunch of stuff from my room into my house, and I'm having a hard time mentally wrapping my head around going in there and sorting each thing out. It's going to take me a time to like actually do that. And like, I don't like to move things unless I have a purpose to do something with them or get rid of them. So they are staying where they are, even though I need to declutter and go in there and finish the bathroom, for instance. I still have like drywall and adhesive tile and regular tile and grout and all of the plumbing to do and the floor and everything. So yeah, it's like a mental block to try to do things. Like in my schoolwork when I was homeschooled, I would procrastinate and think, oh, it's going to do itself, or I'll do that later. And this is the same thing with my house. Is like, it's taken me since I was 24 to actually start from ground up until now, which I'm 31. So it's like a 10-year project, and it'll be worth it because I won't have debt to buy my own house, and it will be custom made and completely what I want and all the things that I need in it. And I won't have a mortgage, but also it's a smaller house than like something that can hold a family. So I'm just having some like crisis about it. Like, have you been losing weight? You look really good. Thank you. I have lost 10 pounds. But I'm having like some crisis about it, like thinking, oh, people think I'm so weird for doing it. But this is like my therapy project throughout the years. Having schizoaffective disorder and now depression and anxiety, and not having a partner, but now I have a partner. So it's been like my conversation piece project. Hopefully people will watch me build it. And but yeah, it's procrastination, but I have to look at my progress so far and think, yes, I did a lot and it's nice and it will be useful, and it's something that I can hang out in the meantime, not completely live in. And so another thing is like impulses. I had been looking for a van, like a converted van, for 3 years before I bought my van 1 year ago. But that was sort of an impulse buy because I got a job in Dublin. I bought the van like the next month and I started living in it, and it was expensive, but also like it is a livable space. I was very comfortable in it. It had everything I needed. but now living back home, I have that big giant payment for it, and so it was sort of impulse and not completely thought through, but it's also something I bought while I was single and I didn't have any other plans to move anywhere. But yeah, so it's like, hope you checked your thyroid. Why? My thyroid, I actually have checked my thyroid. But yeah, like impulses, getting upset too easily. Calvin, no one wants to see your bottom. Talking slower, having a slower process, hand movements, always blinking, social anxiety, depression, all these things kind of like add up to like, oh, maybe autism is something that I need to watch out for or like consider on my journey to like get healthier physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and and it's all about the journey, you know. It's all about the journey. You gotta take it one day at a time. You got your goals, you got your ideas for the future, what you want, or those plans falling apart, or trying to fix what you made wrong, community, God, like it's all about the journey. And I really struggle with my emotions in the morning time, and I'm upset in the morning. I feel like it's a really hard feeling to explain. I feel when I first wake up dread. I don't want to move. It hurts to move. My mind, my heart, my body feel achy, sore, pain, emotionally and physically. And then I get in the car and I'm like, okay, it's gonna be okay. Like, you got your music, you got your the road to drive on, you got your 5 minutes in the car to play on your phone before you get in. And then I'm like, okay, it's time to go. It's time to go into work. And then I'm walking into work and I'm like, oh, there's so many people here, or oh, there's a kid, like I don't want to do that. And then I get my lunch put away and I put my purse away. I have routines. That's another thing, is like very strict routines, and if they go wrong, it's like, well, that kind of messed up my idea for the day. And then put my purse away, I weigh myself, I clock in, and then I start with the first patient, and it's usually the first patient is done by 8:10, and then I'm like, okay, that was good, next patient, and then it kind of just snowballs from there, and I'll get into a groove, and then I'm like, okay, it's time for break. I get my 15 minutes of recliner time, and I get my I've been watching Love on the Spectrum, which is what kind of got me to think about this idea. Could I have autism? Is because They're like slower processes, lack of eye contact, stumbling on words, the way they have like certain common interests when they're on a date, and I have those certain common things that I want to talk about, but I don't go too far into the intellectual. And then I get back to work and everything is fine. And I think, okay, let's just get through this second quarter of the workday. I have really bad allergies right now, by the way. And and I think it's gonna be okay. Just get through this second quarter of the workday. It's usually the busiest, and there's kids to draw and old people to draw and different things like that. I'm a phlebotomist, so I draw blood, and then different orders and different pour-offs and urine tests and stool samples and drop-offs and everything. So I am pretty occupied in that time, and then I finally get my lunchtime. I clock out at exactly 12 o'clock, and then I get my lunch, which is usually a sandwich or a like something from the frozen section of my parents' refrigerator. And I eat that within 15 minutes, watching either YouTube or a show on Netflix, or reading something or talking to my boyfriend. And then I have the rest of the time to just relax and talk to my boyfriend and watch the show and blah 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 and do some research, blah blah blah. And then by 12:29 I go back to work and clock in, and it gets slower, but at first it's kind of still busy. And so after that, after I work some more, I get another break, and then that's nearing the end of the day, and I just go on my phone some more, research YouTube, talk to my boyfriend, and then I get back to work, finish off the day, and then I usually talk to my coworker while the samples are processing, and then we talk about relationships, life, like friends, church, pets, anything that we really want to talk about. We kind of do a little therapy session, and then we finish off the samples, manifesting them and bagging them and putting them away and writing down all of the last minute things for the end of the day. And then we walk out and we say goodbye, get in our cars, and then I usually go to Starbucks or something to eat, and or go home and eat something, and then I watch TV and I play with my animals, and then I do this, and then I go to bed. So that's my routine, and it might be a little autistic, but it's working for now. Trying to build my goals and trying to, since it's lighter outside, do some more work on the house before it gets dark. So that's the plan for the next few months before I go to Georgia. I really have to use the bathroom. I will see you in the next video. Bye.